I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, so we did a little video on time, and it was pretty cool. We actually found something about time that was written that made a lot of sense, that time works on frequency. And then I went back to bed, but when I woke up, I was so exhausted. I woke up at 8:30, and I sat up in the bed, and I heard this in my mind: let the war games begin. Let the war begin. That's what I heard. Hello, Applebrooks, honey. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay. And it is. It is, they're playing out, not just like, you know, a game that we would consider like the game of Monopoly, the Risk game, and stuff like this. It's like in the interdimensional realm, it's as if the entities, they love it. They love a good challenge. They love games. Just like in the Roman times, they had the gladiators. They loved it. Their thirst for blood and violence and all of that. That's what I heard as I set up in my mind, let the war games begin. Let the war begin. So it's like a level up, and I thought, yeah, they're serious. Let it begin. Officially announce it in the spiritual realm that this is the kickoff. This is the real kickoff for the war between armies, like the light and the dark. And it's true. It's true. If you look around in your life, in every facet of your life, you can see that the attacks have stepped up. They have stepped up dramatically. Rosie, you wild woman, get in that. What are you doing? You knocked the screen down, you wild woman. Oh my gosh. You're going to have to come get Rosie. She knocked the screen out. She knocked it out. Rosie. You all see what Rosie did? I thought, I'm just going to look at her. You're getting in there, Rosie. Rosie. No, no. Get you. Oh my gosh, you are. She's just looking at me. Rosie. Rosie, what you do? I'm going to close that window, you all. Yes, she. Oh my gosh, you are. That is a moment. We caught it. We have caught it. You wild Rosie. You are not getting out. We're going to fix you, Rosie, honey. You're not getting out now, you are. That was a good one. Look at her. Where'd you go, Rosie? Oh, my husband's on a conference call. Okay. It was a serious moment. It was a serious moment, but it is good to laugh. Oh my goodness gracious, you are. That's all right. Rosie, there's never a dull moment here with Rosie, you all. She plays her own games, but she's just being herself. She is. So let me have some frequency. Okay, we got it. We good. It's infectious. It's a frequency. So it's great. It's great, you all. I'm gonna have to look at that moment. I saw her looking out, but then she pressed a little bit too hard. She wanted to break out. It is good medicine, you all. It is. But that's what I heard. this morning upon waking around 8:30. Let the war games begin in the spiritual realm. That's what I heard. And I was saying, they love war. They loved it back in the gladiator days and stuff. They loved the blood. They loved the gore. They loved it all. They love a good challenge. They want a worthy, they looked for a worthy opponent. They didn't want two wimpy people or one powerful person. It's like Goliath, how he would walk back and forth, the giant. Nobody wanted to challenge him, not a single person. And he knew it, but he wanted a worthy opponent. Then he had the little boy, and he said, "You come to make fun of me." Really, sending a little child. But then, boom, right there in the head. Knocked him right there where his pineal gland should have been, but he really knocked him out. Knocked him out. I try to shut. She's a big distraction. Oh my God. Rosie doesn't give up. She doesn't give up, you all. We can't give up either. We can't give up. When one door is closed in our life, that's okay. You go to another door. You try to open up another door. You try to do it. You do it. But it really is. She is a good distraction. You feel like doors have been shut in your life, you all? Really, because it's like, boom, the slamming of the doors in certain areas. Oh my God. What are you doing, Rosie? She thinks she's going to climb out this window. She's all over the place, you all. The slamming of the doors. Has someone noticed the slamming of the doors? Yeah, that's right. Oh, she'll break down those screens. She'll break down anything in its path. She'll push it out of the way. She will. You got to be like a feline cat is what you got to be. Well, I already took her out earlier this morning, and she tried to get the chipmunk. And then I told her she wasn't going to do it. She woke up in predatory mode. Predatory mode is what she did. So let the war games begin. You may find the attacks in the spiritual realm are spreading throughout your whole entire life and all the connections, more or less, that connect to you. You may see that happening. And you yourself, it's like it's spreading. Really think about it. I am me, but then I have all kinds of extensions going out, just like you, that reaches other people in different areas of my life. If the enemy can get through those other extensions, they know that it knows it can get to you because you're attached to it in a sense. So these beings, they love a challenge, and really, militaries love war. They love war machines. They love it. Rosie, I don't know what's more of a distraction. You sitting there like that. Oh my gosh, you wish you wanted to get on my leg, Rosie. She wants to get out. Hello, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Boom, boom. Hey, Mickey. That'd be a good sign, a good song to dance to. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Good beat. She wants to get out. I guess I have no choice, but if she misbehaves, she's going to get herself in trouble. I'm going to give Rosie a chance. Another chance is what I'm going to do. Come on, Rosie, honey. Come up here. You want to go outside? No, she don't want to go outside. She wants to, you want to go outside or not? Look, you all got to bear with me because I see what she wants. She's like a lioness walking back and forth. Hello. She is getting big. Her body's getting long, getting really long. Rosie, honey, come on. I'm trying to have a video done, and you're going to have to sit still. Sit still. You all watch this. I'm going to let you look up at somebody said, I've seen more of Gina's ceiling than my own house. Okay, you look up at it. Go on. Go on, Rosie, honey. You want to get out? Let's go. I got you. You're going outside because you've been wild. And we're going to get some of that wildness out of you, Rosie. If I can figure out how to put this thing on, Rosie, you keep looking at the ceiling. You keep looking up. Your redemption draweth nigh, is what the phrase does. Rosie, I am trying so hard on my knees to get this on you so you can go outside. Okay, you all. Okay, I got it. I got Rosie, honey. She's gained her. You wanted to go out. Go on. Go on, Rosie, honey. You can do it. She gives me some allergies. Hello, you all. So, yeah, let the war games begin. That's what I heard upon awakening at 8:30 this morning, because I had woke up at 4:30 thinking about time. It's time. The older you get, you realize how valuable time is. It's more valuable than all the materialistic things, all the gold, silver, money, and the whole entire world. Your time is. And that's what people desire the most. And that's really what you have to give them when it's all said and done. They just want your time. That's it. Just your time. Your time. And it's hard to have enough time to give everybody time. But that's what they want. They want time. They want to know that they're loved. They want to know that someone cares about them enough to listen to them and share with them. They do. And it's hard to balance everything. It is. It's really, really hard. But we're talking about let the war games begin, because it's like I just said, that's the title of this. If you're finding that you have doors of your life that suddenly has slammed shut, that means new ones are getting ready to open. They are. They're totally getting ready to open in your life. And it's okay. It's okay. I went over to Trey 57 channel this morning. After I got up, I was listening to a video he did. He said it was titled, "You Gotta Have Thick Skin." And I guess somebody was like more or less bashing him without calling him out on there. And he was just speaking his mind. Sure, he threw a few words in there, but you know what he said is true. What he said is true about everything that came out of his mouth. It was true. And I agreed with him, because I can overlook the language barrier, because, sometimes people throw stuff out like that. And I thought, wow, see, he's not going to back down. He's not going to back down. And you got to be ready. You got to be ready, you all. But yeah, it's, we know we're in a battle. Rosie, I don't want to let your leash go too far, because you know the chipmunk's down there and you went down there. Yeah, Rosie's, we got her from the animal shelter, the Humane Society. She was the one rambunctious kitty who the lady who ran it, she said, "I know who you want. You want Rosie." And when Rosie was a baby and went to the vet, he put on the thing, Nosy. That was her name, Nosy, because she was all over the place. Hello, May, honey. They put it up. Rosie, what's wrong? You got scared of something? You see a snake out there? Is that what you saw, Rosie? Yeah, you better put on that armor. Yeah, put that armor on. You get right in your head, get right in your heart. Because your heart's got to be right in order to wear the armor, the spiritual armor. It does. You got to have that love, because it fastens it together. It does. Put that love inside your heart, you all. This is spiritual warfare, and they said, let the games begin. Let the war game begin. That's what I heard in the spiritual realm. As soon as I sat up in the bed, my eyes opened, because I thought, wow, all these like attacks come from all different facets, all the different connections that we have in our lives. You're getting attacked. It's not just you. It spreads to your family members, your friends, your loved ones, and even strangers, your workplace, everything. And you can see it also in the media. You can see it everywhere. They're not playing. This game that they're playing, it's a game to them, but they're playing for keeps. They're playing for vital control of humanity and the earth. Humanity is under attack by several different factions, several different entities for one reason or another, and they want this earth. And if they can't have this earth or humanity, some are, excuse my language, hell-bent on destroying both the human species and the earth itself, hell-bent on it. So they're very serious. They take their games that they play very seriously, just like in the gladiator days. They take it very seriously, and they love a challenge. They like worthy opponents. That's why if you feel like, man, they're really attacking me hard, they're really coming at me from all levels, because they know you're much more stronger, and it's going to take something even more powerful to get to you. That's why you may find an increased attack, and you may be feeling the pain. You really truly may be feeling the pain on a whole nother level now at this point in your life. You'll go off and come back on. Gina Pullman, you finding that the comments are not working right now? Just waking up, normies now. Mickey, honey, that's okay. You can wake up. Yeah, he came for the lost sheep. He said that too. We're not going to get in a religious conversation, okay? We are not about the Gentiles are going to be the ones who suffer because of the 400. We're not going to get into any of that, okay? We're not. Don't try to do this if anybody thinks they want to come in here and do this, because this is an attack against everyone, whether Hebrew, Jews, Israel, all of it, Israeli, Islam, Hindu, Buddha, Christian. It's attack against everyone at this point. It is. They're going to take us out, split us in any facet that they can. Any facet that they can, you are. They're going to split and divide, conquer and divide. That's exactly what it is. So I don't play games. Are we thrown into this war game that they have literally ramped up it? Oh yeah, we are. We're thrown right into it. They want to make their presence known, and they have made their presence known. You want to go in, Rosie? Because I want you to go in. We're going to get serious now. You go on in, Rosie, honey. Yeah. That's right. Come on, Rosie. You got to hold still, honey. There, you can play with this. Go ahead and drag it across the floor. I'll put this right here so you can look out the door, Rosie. And you can be a good little Rosie. Yeah. And guard your heart, you all. Guard it. Guard it. Make a fortress around your heart, too. A big time fortress around your heart. Make a fortress around your house, your family, your loved one. Spiritual fortress. And however you can, make it. Make it. Prepare. You got to prepare spiritually. You got to prepare physically. You've got to get prepared, because they have ratcheted up. They're getting bigger. They are. And they're extending even further. They're reaching further, because they love the war games. They love it. These malevolent entities. And it's not just humanity, humans against these armies that are out there, these bad, evil armies. We're not fighting alone, you all. There is help. There is help from the other realm, the other dimension, spiritual help. Angels, angelic, and other life forms. We'll just say that. Other life forms. It's not going to be easy, and there's no free ticket out of here. There's no free ticket. Now, you in here for the battle. Some people say you agreed to come here at this certain time on Earth's timeline. And we talked about time this morning, how it's our most valuable asset. And they know it is. These time lords, oh, they know it is. They know it is. And it's wild. It's wild. You got to have your eyes open, your spiritual eyes open, you all. Yeah, don't be fearing nothing. Don't be for you ain't got no room in you for fear. We don't. Fear has to exit. And once the fear exits, you got to shut that door and put deadbolts on it. Don't let it come back in. This ain't no time to play, even though they're playing it. It's for real. It's not against flesh and blood, but if they can take your flesh and blood in the process, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They want your soul, and they want your spirit. They want what's inside of you above all else, right there. Right there, that's what they want. Who's on the inside of there, because they like it. They want to take it over. That's right. Trust God. If we all stand, their game is over. Well, their game's going to play out for quite a long time. It is. And there's going to be many lives lost. Just might as well admit it. There's going to be a lot of lives lost, and there already is. A lot of people have lost their lives because of their little game. Did you notice a pause? They disconnected me when I said it. They disconnected me. Yeah. When I stopped right here, it got disconnected just like that. That's okay. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. I'm not stopping. I am not stopping. Neither is anyone else. We know within our heart, we know within our mind, we know within our spirits, we know what we're within our souls, what's coming and what's here and what has been ramped up. We know. We know. They know we know. That's why we don't have to give up. They have power, but they only have as much power as given to them. Only as much power is given to them, and not a little, not even this much more. They've got limitations and they know it. They do know it. They're not all omnipotent. They're not omnipotent. They're not omnipresence. They're none of that. They're not like the Creator. They're not, and that's why they're angry. They're very angry. They wish to be above the Creator. They do. But it's something that they'll never achieve. Never. And never is a powerful word. But they'll never achieve the level that they are expecting. They are wishful thinking is all it is, you all. When it's all said and done, it's wishful thinking. Okay. Let the war games begin. That's the phrase I heard when I sat up in the bed at 8:30 this morning after doing a video at 4:30 in the morning on time. It's a really good video. It is, because time is ran by frequency, microwaves and stuff like that, and just milliseconds can make all the difference. It can. And if they can hold back time and stuff like that. There's some pretty good comments under the time video, you all. There is. They had it all. They did had it all. I done a video years ago, several years back, about like that, whatever. They would not turn from their ways. They wouldn't. They would never turn. I forget the name of that video, but it was words that flowed in. Something about the primordial rain has gone on for thousands of years. And it has, even longer. 2 snake bites being the... Connie, no, I've not even heard of that. Yeah. There's all different theories about the mark of the beast. You ask somebody and they'll be steadfast on their theory that they think it is. Yeah. Peace out. Oh, peace and love, Drew. They wreaked havoc. They wreaked havoc. And we got that primordial black hole that's ripping and tearing through space, the invisible monster. The invisible monster. Did you know that graphene is more or less, was like 200 times more stronger than steel? And it is a excellent shock absorber, electric shock absorber. Yeah. And it's its own conductor. It is. You can't short it out. You can't. It insulates against electrical shocks. So that theory of, there goes everybody with the whatever. No, 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 no. They got the graphene. You got the graphene. It's a wonderful shock absorber. It is. So that's just wishful thinking. Yeah. We are evolving, and that's very true. We are evolving, adapting. You've got to adapt to our ever-changing world. And you know the mindset out there is changing too. All the dynamics are changing. And if you don't get with the program, and I do mean it, that phrase, if you don't get with the program, look around and realize what's happening and gather yourself together and got your armor on, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it out there on your own. You are not. Gina, yes, I am. Go ahead and try it. Go ahead and try it. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Okay? Pity the man who falls and has no one to help them up. You got it? You need each other. We need each other. We don't got no Rambo out there, okay? We don't. We need each other in this army of light. It takes all of our lights. You don't want to be separated over there away from the body, okay? You don't. The body needs, we need all the members of the body. I can't tell my hand, I don't need you because I have to hold this cell phone. You think my mouth's going to tell my hand, I don't need you, get off of here. Well, who's going to hold my cell phone? And I'm not going to tell my mouth, I don't need you. Then how am I going to speak? How am I going to speak? With the whole body. We're one great big body of light. We need each other. We need each other. There may be some that do not agree with that. Okay, you go ahead and hold that belief. I wish you good luck. Goodbye. That's what I say. Goodbye. No, you need each other. You need each other. The more of us, the stronger we are when we're connected. It's like I am the vine, you are the branches. If a man remains in me and I in him, or a woman, they will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. Nothing. You gotta be connected to the source. You do. You're just giving me a hot flash. I got pants on and I thought, well, it's kind of cold. Now I'm getting hot. Yes, you're easy prey. They can pick you out. They can pick you out. That's what the aliens, they don't mess with the individual. On that video last night, they walk among us. How to identify them because they can shapeshift. They're going to leave certain people alone. They're going to go for the bigger target because they're going to be wasting their time on a small target. No, it's like drug dealers. You don't want to just get to the person on the street. You want to go against the ringleader. You want to get the ringleader because when you get the ringleader, smite the shepherd. Well, you can do that, smite the shepherd, and the flock will scatter. You can do that, but we need each other. We do, you all. You are a terrestrial being. Okay, that's good. I am a spiritual being. So is a lot of other people. This spirit is alive on the inside of us, a light being, identified with the light, the army of light, that's connected in the spiritual realm, the other realms that people cannot see. We know what's going on. They know what's going on, you all. Yeah. You should know what's inside of you. You should. And take inventory of what's inside this body right here. When you're preparing for battle, you're going to take inventory of all your assets. You're going to look around and say, do I have this? Do I have this? Do I have that in a physical war? You're going to make sure you have everything lined up. You don't go to war without taking inventory to make sure you have what you need. You got to cover it all. And that includes inside of here. You got to be strong because it don't do you no good to have all this other stuff around you to defeat it. All the I don't know, physical things, the guns and all this kind of stuff, the weaponry, devices, the armor. If the person wearing the armor don't got what it takes on the inside. Okay, take inventory of this person on the inside of here. Really, meditate, pray. Make sure you got what it takes before you step into that ring, because you may be like those one people were. They thought they were going to go cast out the demons because they were associated with Jesus, and the demons about tore them to shreds. And they told them. They knew Jesus, and I can't remember who the other one was offhand. Maybe Jesus we know, Peter we know, or Paul, whoever it was. But who are you? Because they didn't have it. They didn't have what it took on the inside. They thought they could just speak the name, and then boom, no. They got about tore to shreds. Be careful, you all. Don't think you're more than something than you're not. Because there's a lot of people who do. They think they're more talk, but then if they were to look on the inside, what's going to back up that talk? Do you have that spirit on the inside of you? Are you grounded in love? It's got to be more than talk. That's it. People getting themselves in trouble, you all. They are, you all. They said, let the war games begin. That's what I heard when I sat up in the bed at 8:30 in the morning. And I believe it because they've ratcheted it up. They love it. They love the days of the gladiators. They were the opponents, worthy, the strongest. They love the cheer. They love the blood. They love the war games, just like the Olympics. But yet, minus the blood and stuff, they got to have it. The Olympics, right? They love it. They love it. They all join in on it. They join in on it because it makes them happy. The same entities are here. The same ancient souls and spirits are here. And they got their armies, and they're bringing in more armies. But this is, let's hope we don't go back. You don't start seeing stuff like that. If you look at the Hunger Games, they have stuff like that. They do. Yeah. The more we have, the more we want. Someone said, show me a thoroughly satisfied man and I'll show you a failure. Thoroughly satisfied. Sometimes less is more. Really, sometimes less is a lot more. The simple things in life. What happened to the simple things in life? We got bombarded with materialism. Buy, 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 buy. You gather up your wealth only to hand it over to someone who has not worked for it. It's a great misfortune, it says in the Ecclesiastes. So you're supposed to be enjoying your life. You are making the best. Just be happy. Okay, let me do this. Let the war games begin. Don't let your guard down for one single second, you all. Do not do it. Because that's what the enemy's waiting for. Waiting to, just like that dragon. Smog, is that was his name? The dragon in the Lord of the Rings. Set into great into the mountains. In the mountains, laying on the goad. And when, who was it? Frodo went in there. Or Bilbo, whichever one it was. They went in there and they saw his vulnerable spot right there. Just a little bitty opening. He lost one of his scales. And they told the guy, who were the people in the water, the other people. They had a special arrow that they fired. Boom, got the dragon and brought it down right there. That one penetrable spot. It wasn't as prepared as it thought. He said, my wings are like hurricane. His wings were like hurricane, but with all his might, with all his fiery breath, and he was defeated by an arrow. By the lakeman. Yeah, the lakeman. Just fired it. Right there. Is your armor got a place like that in there that you got a weak spot? You might want to check. You might want to do inventory on the inside of you. Where's that weak spot? Where's that vulnerable spot? You might want to patch it up. You might want to reinforce it. Put something there that's going to, so you don't have no weak spots. Because the enemy's going to look. They're going to look because they said, let the war games begin. They're ratcheting it up, getting ready. They've already taken their inventory. They know. They're just waiting for the humans to wake up. Patch that weak spot right there. And, really kind of your heart. Guard your heart. It's a wellspring of life. Out of it flow good and bad. You don't really want to have fresh water and salt water flowing out of the same spring. You don't. You don't want to speak with a forked tongue. You don't. You don't want to say one thing and yet do another. You want to follow through. You want to know what you want, know who you are on the inside, and know where you're going. You got to have a plan. You got to have a plan in this world. You got to have something laid out. And once you got the plan, it says, in his heart, man makes his plans, but God determines their footsteps. Well, how can God determine your footsteps when you make your plan and he tries to determine your footsteps, but you don't want to follow? You want to do your own thing. When you do your own thing, when you're being led in a different direction and you continually do your own thing, you ain't leaving no room to follow nobody because you think you want to be a trailblazer. We got a lot of trailblazers. I tried to be a trailblazer before. And when you do that, if you're spiritually led, you'll find out, well, it ain't working too good. It ain't working too good. You know, you want to walk to where when you walk, you will not stumble. Your way will be cleared because you'll be following the footsteps of one in front of you who already cleared the way, instead of you going here and running all over these, trying to bulldoze things out on your own. No, 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 no. You can't do that. Unless you want to, you go right ahead. Who am I to tell anybody that? Who are you to tell anybody that? You go ahead and blaze your own trail. Just better make sure that you're prepared. That's what I got to say. Make sure you're prepared, you all. You're supposed to be following. You lead, I follow. You lead, I follow. That's how that song. It's a good song. And it's like the times you don't even have the strength to walk, but yet somehow, like the footprints in the sand, you get carried. You only seen one set of footprints. That's all you saw was one set because you were being carried. You didn't have the strength to go your own. And I did write a beautiful, beautiful poem about the stepping stones of life. I'll share that. You go to the community section. I will pull up my poem that I wrote, The Stepping Stones of Life, and I will post it in the community section. It's really beautiful. It is. It's when, during the period of my further spiritual awakening, when the poetry was just flowing in day after day for hours on end. The stepping stones of life. It's beautiful. You all, let the war games begin. Let the war games begin. And I've got many extensions to me. I got many extensions that lead to me. So do you. Many extensions that you would have never dreamed of, and the enemy knows it. It's going for those extensions, and it's hoping that when it does, it somehow will kind of make a small attack on you. Applebrooks, honey, you got this going on. You got this, Applebrooks. Do we need some honorary moderator on here? Yeah. It's like they're coming out of the woodwork. That's right. You're going to start your short bike rides. I think that's wonderful. Yeah, let the love game begin. See, that's how you're going to make it. Right there. You got the love on the inside of you. That's right. And don't let somebody speak ill of what you consider good. Don't let them. You got it. Oh, Jay Jocelyn, honey, you in here? Thank you, Jay Jocelyn, you all. Because I'm not looking at the comments all the time, so don't be offended. Yeah, that's right. If you really are solidified with the love on the inside of you, your light is really piercing. It is really blazing out there. You're like a great big beacon of light on the stormy seas of life. You're a great beacon of light on the battlefields of life. That was my heart's desire. I want to be a great beacon of light on the stormy seas of life. And now I want to be a great beacon of light on the great big battlefield of life. That's my desire in my heart, in my spirit. I'm going to admit it. It is. If I have to side, anything, it's going to be this spiritual Gina on the inside right here. It's going to be the spiritual realm above all else. When it's all said and done, I'm going straight back. You all can be a great big beacon of light. We can have lots of great big beacon of lights on this battlefield of life because they want the war games. They let the war games begin. So our lights got to shine even brighter. Even brighter. The brighter you are, the more the light goes out. That's right. To all the extensions, the brighter you are, it lights the way and shatters that darkness you are. That's why we got to have each other. Your light is my battery's dying. Your light is very important. Okay, it is. That's right. Kartika, that's right. Spiritual warfare, because it's not really against flesh and blood, but if they can have your body and they can get your flesh and blood, yeah, it's against the principalities. Powerful places, these entities up there in powerful places. And they mean it. Spiritual entities. That's right. You got to be ready. You got to be ready on the inside. Don't put that armor on because it ain't going to do you no good if you ain't got what it takes on the inside to wear it. It's like putting a soldier on the battlefield. and they don't want to do what they're doing, but you made them put that armor on, and when it comes time to fighting and standing up, they run away. They run away. They run away. That's right. Run away. Because their heart's not in it. Your heart's got to be in it before you put it on. You got to take inventory of what you have before you start this battle. And the most important place is on the inside of here. You got any vulnerabilities, do your best to patch them up, you all. Do it. So I'm going to go. The war games have been ratcheted up, and you all know it. And, yeah. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Thank you, moderators. Thank you all for your comments. I'm very serious. I am. We got to get ready. Even more so. We do.